Hey folks, I'm John P.
I'm Callie Lewis. Thank you so much for joining us this week for Talk Mobile 2013. We've got a great group of experts to take you through the week. We are going to be talking about carriers, a sore subject in a lot of areas.
What comes first, the mobile phone or the carrier?
The egg.
How should we, the mobile phone or the egg? How should I choose my phone and then just take whatever carrier carries it, or should I go the opposite way? How do I do that?
Fortunately or unfortunately, I think we still live in a world where you have to choose your carrier first. I mean, where you live, where you work, where you drive between live and work or commute, etc. If your phone doesn't have a data connection, you're pretty much have a paperweight.
You have an iPhone on AT&T.
Or you have an iPhone on AT&T.
Well, no, but that's the big thing, right? We always, Mobile Nation's always, we said, pick your carrier first. And then the iPhone came out exclusive on AT&T, and people flocked to it. And people put up with literally a phone that could not work as a phone. And I think since then, we saw, the Palm Pre was exclusive on Sprint. You've had all sorts of Evo devices exclusive on Sprint, different carriers. And it seems like people now are so desirous of a certain brand or phone that they're willing to put the carrier second when maybe they shouldn't.
Which is exactly what they want.
Yeah.
Why? Why did they do that? I mean, how do you think you're going to even use this thing?
I mean, that's just it. People want the device, and that's how they're selling these things. And so it's amazing that people are sacrificing the network for it. But on the other hand, I kind of understand some of these, like for Windows Phone, we get the Nokia Lumia 920, AT&T, people really, really want that, and there's nothing else on any other carrier, not even a close alternative. So you have to sacrifice them.
The big thing now too is speeds, right? Yep. Carriers are starting to roll out their 4G LTE networks. Not everybody has it, and everybody wants more speed on their phone. So regardless of the specific model, a lot of people are saying, well, the phone I want is here, but I really want fast web browsing, the ability to download big movies quick.
And it's to the point where the marketing tales that these companies tell, and I say that for a reason, it's almost misinformation. It's so confusing. 4G LTE doesn't mean anything to anybody when everybody is using it with not necessarily the correct standard.
How do I know whether I should choose Verizon or somebody else, some little niche player?
There are good and bad things about both, and usually sometimes it's a bit of an illusion. Like for example, in Canada, all the big carriers own a little carrier each, and those are their budget brands. And unlike Kevin, I get LTE. I get 50 down at the coffee shop, but I'm on a 3-year contract, and that doesn't change whether I'm on the big carrier or the small carrier. And what's interesting now is we're seeing this first with T-Mobile, but there's almost like the European model. In North America, we're used to subsidies. We're used to really cheap phones. In a lot of other countries, emerging markets, even Europe, you buy your phone, then you just go and get service from whichever carrier you want. It's no contract, and they would rather have that model. T-Mobile's kind of hedging on that, but they're getting there, and I think it'll be a hard pill to swallow at first, but we might be better off for it.
I mean, the biggest cost of owning a smartphone is not what you pay up front. It's what you pay every month over the course of 2 years or 3 years in Canada. If there's one thing I'd like Talk Mobile 2013 to accomplish, it's killing 3-year contracts in Canada, because it just seems crazy. Who wants to own the same phone for 3 years anymore?
I don't want a contract. I want month to month.
I do that. Every phone I buy is off contract, but it's still full price, and it's still almost always locked. And then if I go to change any service, well, if you want the cheaper text rate, you'll have to renew their contract. Their entire business is based on that contract.
If you're going to be under contract, it's also important to make sure you're getting the most out of your money. It's, Renee was saying, you can change your contracts. Different carriers might put the screws to you and make you extend your contract. Some don't. I've changed mine a number of times. I actually got rid of my unlimited data plan because I just wasn't using that much, and I can get, now I can get tethering on it, and I wish they hadn't changed it that way, but they did. So I'm actually paying a little bit less now. I don't have quite as high a data limit as I did before, but I'm getting more out of it.
We want to hear from you guys. Who's your carrier, and what's your biggest complaint? Because I'm going to leave the first comment.
And if you have additional questions that aren't being answered this week, leave a comment. I'm Callie Lewis. We'll see you back tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.